That 613 guy, what's up? Doing some rearranging in the tent, rearranging some wires and such. Figured I'd show my ugly mug first before I showed you guys what was going on in the tent. So here we go, check it out. Alright, Spider Farmer SE 7000. Sorry that fan is on. Here we go. So these lights are running up over this tube, piece of the frame. We're going to eliminate that and run it down here because we got to get this light to come down there. We want to be down here somewhere. So to get the slack, we have to make some adjustments. Also, another adjustment that's going to need to be made, because we've been running this cord over to the male and then running it out the same hole. We had everything nice and tidy over here with the Spider Farmer AC10 power strip. That's the driver for the SE7000 light. That's the control, the dimmer for the SE7000 light. And unfortunately, with it being out here zip tied to this Spider Farmer gearboard, which is pretty neat, I did that to try to dissipate that heat from being on top of this light, because it would go like that. But it'd be probably like right here. Right here. And then the dimmer goes right here. So we're just going to bring that back in order to get the slack in these wires everywhere, to be able to lower this light down so that we can reset and get things in order. I was under the impression that in a larger tent with a larger light with a lot more space, that I could have the tent and the light be way up here and just have the intensity a little bit higher, and it would shoot the photons down and everything would hit, and the PPFD and the PAR meter and this, that, and the other. Nah, I don't think it works like that unless I'm not using a high enough intensity light. But my reading at the meter was good. So I'm going to trust, like I said, the guy that I spoke to earlier, I trust him. I'm going to reevaluate the situation here in the tent, lower the light, and I'm going to reassess things, and I'm going to go germinate one more Bruce Banner, and we're going to run it back in this tent. I'm extremely disappointed in myself. I know that I could do better. If I didn't think I could do better, I wouldn't have upgraded this tent the way that I upgraded. I had delusions of grandeur in my head, that I was going to be able to accomplish something. I just didn't have the settings right, It is what it is. You live, you learn. Sometimes things work out, sometimes they don't. And I'm not going to try to fake the funk. I can't fake the funk. If I'm making a video and putting myself out there for everybody to look at me and laugh at me and make fun of me, I gotta own the bad stuff, or it's not even bad stuff. I just gotta own the failures and the ones that don't work out, the same way that you would own the wins and be like, oh hell yeah, I agree with that, So I have full confidence in myself. I've seen what I can do. This was just my first attempt in this big tent, and I just made a mistake right out the gate, trusting that the light was sufficient at 36 inches or 48 inches or whatever. It's not sufficient. We're just going to lower the light, raise the intensity. We're going to rerun the wiring, rerun all these wires and all this, that, and the other. And I'll have a diagram that I'll show you guys of how I ran all of these RCAs right here. Not RCAs, but all these telephone cords, because you have to come back into this, and it's a whole lot. So device, light, fan. The light one, I only ran a little short cord because it's just running from that over to right here. So I just ran a little short one, so we'll have to switch that out for a long one to run it, back inside the tent and to be able to connect to this device block here outside the tent. But there's a lot going on with these little cables, but once you get them all plugged in and dialed in, everything becomes automated. There's lights that go here. That's them plugs that are hanging. So yeah, so we'll get it figured out. We'll get it sorted. We're gonna make it happen. 613 guy, holla!